Excuse me. Okay, people, welcome to. Sorry about that, peeps. Welcome to another California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to this all new video. And this video is going to be entitled "Liberalism and Progressive." How does liberal and progressive policies work for African American people in the United States and around the world? Welcome to this video, people. I'm about to break down some facts in education. Now, people I've been noticing a trend with black people in social media, a lot of African American people, is that every time that I be in either a comment section or I write me a blog or write my blogs, people have hit me with this question. They say, Cali guy, how can you be liberal when liberal policies have not worked for African American people? People have asked me that for years. And I'm here to do this video, excuse me, to explain my belief in liberalism and why does it work for black people. Now, liberalism was in the 1940s, the late 30s. No, late 20s, I'm sorry, after Hoover Hoover. Franklin Delano Roosevelt put in policies that helped black people at the time. A lot of policies, not everything, but a lot of the federal. See, the federal government has protected black people. And here's what black people understand about the federal government and liberalism, what pertains to us. Federal government has protected African American people since Reconstruction. And now that was the reason why Reconstruction ended, was because a lot of white people didn't like the fact that the federal government protected black people. Throughout the decades, the federal government has protected black people from systematic racism, of helped black people to grow and make money. That's a part of liberalism, and using the government. Now people say, well, government doesn't help black people. And some yes and no, it's debatable. It's yes and no. I know that certain loans for black businesses wouldn't happen if you didn't have Democratic presidents and liberal presidents and progressive presidents. Um, so some things I think mess black people up. Yes, do you have did welfare keep black people on it longer than they should sometimes? Yes, but here's the thing. Here's the catch with that. The federal government and the cities were never able to, all the good jobs left the neighborhoods, in the hood, in the ghettos. So in the ghettos and the hoods, black people couldn't make a living because they kept moving these businesses out of there. That's why you had rising unemployment rate, drug problems, prostitutions, because you had white businesses and corporations moving out of the inner cities. So that's where those problems came at. That's why black people suffered on welfare generation. You had 3 or 4 generations of black people on welfare because there was no jobs. It wasn't that black people wanted to sit on their ass and it was this plot to keep black people down. It was that they were keeping black people down by not providing the good jobs in the ghettos. Just like the education system. In the education system, again, white supremacy and racism prevented black schools from having proper teachers, having proper dietary foods in the schools. So that's where liberals came in and said, hell no, we need the federal government to make these schools better inside they have to make the education system better so that you can produce good citizens where they can become lawyers and teachers and make things happen. That's liberalism. And see, that's what some African American people, some conservative African American people don't understand, is that liberalism helps to make productive citizens. It helps to make black people become lawyers, teachers, and judges. Sometimes they need a helping hand to get far in this education system or provide for their family or have good jobs. That's what we liberals do. And progressives and liberals are good for black people. Now, a lot of some black people like And I respect him. I respect Boyce Watkins, but I respect my brother Boyce Watkins. But Watkins is a brother. But I disagree with him on some things he say about liberals, because a lot of liberalism helps African American people. It helped him to get through college for financing. Liberalism has helped me go through college and get my education. Helped me through affirmative action. It helped me to get me a bachelor's art degree. It helped me to get an associate's degree. It helped me on a whole tremendous amount of things with liberalism. And people like myself, we want to give back to the community. That is the job of a liberal. We want to give back. We don't want to take away from people. And so for black people to say liberalism does not help black people out is really, really of eyeball. It's really an eyeball. We in liberalism and pro blacks marries itself. Our agendas marries it. Being pro black and being a liberal marries itself. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because most liberals acknowledge the fact that white supremacy exists. They do acknowledge that. I ain't talking about a Democrat like Bill Clinton or some centrists, but most hard left wing people, and I can put proof up, that they know that a white supremacy exists. They know that the job is to keep black people down, any people of African descent down. It's about taking away from our people. And so liberalism recognizes this. And so it helps little black kids to eat. It helps black mothers to go to work. It helps bring aid to countries in Africa, which a lot of progressives and progressives and liberals, we think about foreign stuff around the world, like in Africa and Egypt and places like that, to help the black people around the world. So we need to stop listening to white racists tell you that black people cannot survive. That black people need to stop looking at liberalism as it's a devil, imitating what whites are saying. Basically, if I make sense, I know I'm twisting my words around. So it marries itself to each other. Unions protect a lot of brothers and sisters that's in unions. You have a lot of brothers and sisters in unions. And it helps them out to have their money. It helps them out to have their medical. When they have layoffs, it helps them out to still survive. So black people, we need to understand where liberalism plays a role with people that are black across the world and in the United States. We need to understand that. We need to stop listening to coons. We need to stop listening to people who has no idea what pro-black and the black agenda is all about. Because a lot of coons, they would say like, oh, well, pro-blacks and liberals, they want to see black people stay down. And that's not true. That's not true at all. Because liberalism helps black people out. Because of people like myself, even myself, I just put myself out there. As me being a black activist, I've helped to put black kids through college. There's a sister that I helped get through school a couple of years ago. She's now a teacher. She's a young teacher, young black teacher, actually. I helped her to go through school. I mentored her when she was in junior high. I watched her. We invested in her, and now she is a teacher. She's giving back to the community. We helped her with her education. We helped her to get a scholarship to go to a university. So that's the power of liberalism and being pro-black. And see, we pro-blacks give back to people. Here's the answer to Coons, the challenge. Where do you guys give back to? What have you done? Oh, I forgot. Just talk about black people and what they should do. So, like and share this video, people. Let's talk about this stuff. Black people, let's get together and fight white supremacy. Peace out.